Hello everybody, welcome back to 10-minute reviews. Jason here. Sorry it's been a little while since I posted a video. I'll try and make this pretty quick. Thank you to all of our patrons, all of our supporters. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to check the links down below for links to today's book and anything else that we might find applicable. I need to have some traffic through that Amazon thing that you guys suggest in order for it to keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into today's video. Now today's video is a kind of it's a one-off. I haven't seen a sequel for it or anything along those lines. Not part of any other bigger, wider universe. It's an author we have talked about in the past, Misty Vixen. As is typical, she or he, I really don't know. A lot of times with their pen names, especially on the spicier side of things, they try and obfuscate things a little bit. But it does have a co-author, Lara. And I'm talking about a book called Dead Freeze. Those of you guys that like the spicier side of things, the harem lit and stuff like that, you guys are going to really like this book. Misty Vixen has a ton of books in this genre for a reason. They really write this stuff great. Absolutely fantastic. There's a few elements at times in some of them, especially some of Misty's, that I'm not a huge fan of, like how just instantly in love some of the characters become within minutes of meeting each other, stuff like that. But this book doesn't have any of those usual tropes. It's actually just a really good book. Unlike a lot of Misty Vixen's books, this one isn't fantasy or fantasy adjacent, anything like that. This is actually sci-fi. This is actually far future, which is pretty cool. A little bit different than what they usually write, and really well done. They write a really good world building, or galaxy building, I suppose, because they definitely have interstellar travel here. And the world it's a science fiction space opera-ish. This all occurs on one planet, but science fiction space opera-ish zombie apocalypse. It's really weird, but basically the whole premise of the world, or the galaxy at large, is that humanity made it. We made it out into the stars. We figured out interstellar travel. We started making a sprawling interstellar empire, and then something happened. And by something, it's a virus. Like a lot of zombie apocalypse type things, it's a virus. And this virus just decimated humanity. Pretty much wiped it out. And this virus, while primarily targeting humanity, can target other life forms as well on a planet. But they always have this constant concern anytime they're out of whether or not they're going to run into these basically zombies or zombified people. The problem also occurs in that we kind of have Resident Evil type zombies, in that there's your basic zombie, but then there's these uber zombies, these super powered zombies, these incredibly dangerous mutant zombies. They're humans, they're just like an upper level type of zombified corpse, I suppose. And humanity, like I said, basically got decimated, actually worse than decimated. And we're talking just here on our planet, we're looking at a population in we're not that far off of 10 billion. Theoretically. And so imagine when we go interstellar, when we have other planets, the character does talk about it at some point, what the population of humanity probably was prior to this apocalypse going on. I don't believe it was like 1 trillion or anything like that, but definitely tens and tens of billions, if not over 100 billion. And now his rough guess of what the population of humanity might be is somewhere right around maybe 100 million or so, because it's spread out. It's pockets spread out trying to survive. They still have their spaceships and things along those lines. They're still military and stuff like that. However, for the most part, everything is kept going with scavenging. Humanity hasn't managed to create a safe hub to basically start society anew, to start rebuilding science and stuff like that. So a lot of what humanity has at this point, be it technological, such as their spaceships and weaponry and stuff like that, or medicinal, or even food source, oftentimes is scavenged. And that's what the main character, his name is Max Stater, and he's a mercenary, but he has a lot of inclinations towards military. Like, I can't remember if it's actually mentioned in the book or not, but he definitely seems like someone that probably spent time in the military before becoming a mercenary. And actually kind of phrasing this wrong, because he's less mercenary, more of a scavenger, a scrounger. That's his main thing. He is hired to go scrounge or scavenge areas, sometimes rescue. You know, if a ship goes down, he might be hired to go in there and rescue those people and rescue the ship itself, you know, scavenge the ship itself, because they need every resource they can find. But he definitely comes across as someone with some major combat experience as well. And in this particular book, he is going to a world, it's an ice world, hence Dead Freeze, an ice world where basically his best friend, and this being a Misty Vixen book, you can guess that since he's a he, his best friend is a she. His best friend was on a mission and their ship went down, and he has been dispatched as a rescue, basically a rescue attempt in his ship. And unfortunately, as he gets near the planet, some planetary defense mechanism, be it a satellite or a ground-based, some form of planetary defense weapon shoots his ship down, which he manages to escape pod his way down to the planet, and it gives him enough of an idea that that's probably what happened to his friend's ship. And he has a list that he, of course, memorized of the full crew complement of that ship that went down. So he knows who he is looking for, not just his best friend, but the entire crew, other scientists, other scavengers, the officers of the ship, so on and so forth. But he gets dropped onto this ice planet with nothing but an escape pod. His ship gone, everything gone. So, unsurprisingly, and I don't think it's really giving away any kind of big plot secret, but of course he finds his best friend, and of course they become a little bit more than friends, because they always have been, and you know, it's Misty Vixen. And he does that, also manage to rescue somebody else, so also a woman, because otherwise it would be haremlit, and build up this little three-person harem. And the book is very, very, I don't want to say open-ended, but it hints a lot at the fact that I think Misty was planning on writing a second book, and it may still come out. Very prolific author. Misty Vixen writes a lot of stuff, so might be plans for a second book, maybe see how the reception is for this first book. But the world building, and talks about trying to figure out more about this particular world they're in, and then get out to the wider galaxy at large. There's definitely a lot of hints in there that Misty Vixen has his plan for this potential series. So, and it could be pretty good. Could be pretty cool. This was one of my favorite harem-lit type science fiction books. It's really well written. And if you take out the spicy stuff, you still have a really good book, which is the metric that I usually rate all these books by. So you guys should check it out. If you guys like harem-lit, if you guys like science fiction, if you're a science fiction fan, don't let the whole harem-lit thing turn you off from it. There's some fantastic, awesome authors out there within this genre, and if they write it well, there's spicy sections in it, but they're not overwhelming, they're not very large. It's no different than watching, say, a rated R movie. So check it out, guys. Excellent book. Thank you for everybody for watching, and we will catch you next time. Bye now.